Hello, Liz here with Liz's Crafts, and today we're going to take this piece of glass that is already etched, and it used to be a chandelier that was in our house probably 20 some years ago. It has two holes in it right here, and like I said, it's already etched, and what we're going to do with it is we're going to add some leather to the back of it. I just have this piece of leather that I probably got off of an old purse or something like that. This one's pretty thick. You don't have to use real thick leather. So what we're going to do is you're going to put your piece of glass on top of it with the top side up. And then what I have is this little thing here. It's a wheel and it has spikes in it. So it's going to go around this and make indentations on it, and then I'll know where to cut it. So I did wash this piece of glass real good first. I just did it with a sponge and some water, and that was fine. I did one of these earlier, and I used a wipe and then alcohol pad, but that left a film on it. So just the water and the sponge works really well. So I have my markings on here, and the next thing I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see that, probably not, is just cut it out. And you want to use a pretty good pair of scissors for this. I have my glue gun heating up. It's going to be ready to go. And we're going to glue this onto the back of our piece of glass. After we punch the holes in it for the hanger. Okay. Now that I have this cut out, I'm going to put this on top of it, and then I'm going to mark where my holes should be so that I'll know where to punch them with my hole punch. Okay, so you want to make sure you have it lined up, and I just have this Taylor's chalk pencil, and I'm just going to mark it where I need to do my hole punch. And then I just have a regular hole puncher. Okay, so we got one hole done. Get the other one, and we're ready to go. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that my etching is on top. And the way you do that is just rub your finger on it a little bit, and then you can feel where the etching is. So I want to line this up, I want to turn it over, and then I want to start gluing it down. So I'm going to glue onto my metal. So I'm just going to start with this one edge here, just putting a strip of glue on, and then I'm going to lay my leather on top of it. I'll try to line it up as best I can. Okay, I got that a little bit off. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I just want to continue on around getting all the edges glued down. And I don't know, you might have something like this laying around in your house. Something that you thought you might not ever use again. and you can turn them into craft projects, home decor, hang them on your wall. So keep your eyes out and just kind of look around your house, maybe in your garage, in your attic, just wherever. You might be able to find something that you can use, that you could turn into something that you wouldn't normally do something with. Okay, so I have all of that glued down. And now I'm just going to trim up where my leather might be hanging over the edge a little. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now what I want to do is I want to stencil on this. I might want to go ahead and put my ribbon on first. So what I have is this black grosgrain ribbon with gold going down the center of it. I got it at the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to use a piece of it, and I'm going to roll the ends so that it will help me get it through the holes. Now I see that my holes didn't exactly line up perfectly, but it is good enough for me to get my ribbon through. And then what I want to do is I want to put a knot on the front side here, and then when I get this one in on the front side here, and then we're going to hang it up like this. So you want to pull enough through that you have enough for the hanger and enough to tie a knot. So again, I'm just going to take the end of it and I'm going to roll it, and then I'm going to poke it through the hole on the back side. Now this side is a little more difficult to get the ribbon through. So you kind of got to work with it. Sometimes you got to use some other tools to push through it. But you need to be careful because the front part of it is glass and you don't want to break it. So as soon as you get a piece in there that you can grab a hold of, then you want to do that. Okay, I think I might have a piece. Oh, there we go. Okay. So there we have a piece. Now I'm just going to pull enough through to where I can tie my knot, and I'm just doing one knot, just a simple knot. And then I'm going to trim up the ends because you don't want a very big end, and you want to angle it so that it's not going to ravel out a whole lot. So just like that, you want to pull it tight. And now you need to decide how much you want for a hanger. So I think that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And then I'm going to pull enough through so that I can tie a knot in it. And I want it as close to the edge as I can get it, and then I want to angle it again with my scissors. Okay, so I'm going to pull that through. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and glue your ribbon to the back. And this just keeps it, I mean, you can go ahead and use it like this because it will hang from the wall and kind of lean forward there. But if you don't want it to lean forward, then go ahead and glue this down. And that's what I did with mine. But you want to make sure that your ribbon is not twisted or anything. So make sure it's the way you want it before you glue it down. And then I put the glue on my ribbon. Just press that down and then do the other side. Again, you want to make sure that your ribbon is the way you want it to be. You can put it on the back of the leather, the glue, if you want to. You can do it either way. I did one way and one the other way, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have our hanger all ready. And now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and do our stenciling. So I'm going to use this one here is God Did Not Create You to Blend In. And this is from a maker studio. And I will put the links in the description for the stencil and the chalk art paste. So this is metallic gold, very pretty. So I thought it would go nice with the gold that's on our piece here, along with the gold that is in the ribbon. So these are adhesive. They're not real sticky, but they do stay on your piece once you lay them down. And I really like them because they're thicker than some of the other stencils that are out there. And they clean up really well too. So you want to make sure that you're not putting your stencil on your knot. So I think I want to move this down just a little bit. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to smooth it down, make sure there's no bubbles in there. Okay, it's all smoothed down. Now I have my spreader here, and I have my chalk art, and this is metallic gold. Isn't that pretty? I just love this stuff. And so I have some on my spreader, and I'm just putting it right here onto my stencil. And what it does is that it presses it through the screen in the stencil so that you get your design. And these designs are pretty intricate, and I love these stencils. And if you do decide to order something, please use my links to order, as I do get a little percentage when you do that, and it doesn't cost you any more. And I appreciate the business. That way I can, you know, put my videos out there and do more crafts for people to see. Okay, let me get this wide a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to lift a little bit of this up to see what it looks like. Oh, that looks really good. See that? Isn't that great? I love these stencils. So I'm going to put my stencil face down in the water, and I'm going to push it down to the bottom of the bowl, because I don't want my chalk art to get stuck in the screen portion of the stencil. Now, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Dollar Tree stencil, and I've never used these before. This is a one-time stencil. And this one is the one that says Little Friends, and it has an owl and a fox and a raccoon and a bird. We're going to use the owl, and I'm going to put that on the other side of this glass that I have here. And I'm going to go ahead still and use the gold metallic chalk art. So I'm going to put my owl a little bit towards the bottom. Now, these are one-time use stencils. They are adhesive. So once you use it, you just throw it away. But it was only $1 and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stencils. So I think it was worth it. We'll see how it does. So I'm just making sure that my stencil is flat on my surface. Now all of it is not going to go flat, but the pieces that I need to stencil on are flat. So I think it would be okay. So here's what I have. And I'm just going to use my spreader here to get my chalk art out. And I'm going to start with his wing over here. Now I'm not sure how this is going to turn out because I've never used these before. We will see. It looks like, I don't know, maybe I need to use a different spreader. Let me try that. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm going to try this one here and see how it goes. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just need a light touch apparently. I don't want to go over it too many times, but I do want it to get on there nicely. And maybe these are the stencils that you need to use, you know, a dabber on. That could be. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it is not bad. That's kind of cute. Okay, I'm going to try to get my extra chalk art off of here. And you might actually be able to use these again, but I probably won't. Well, I might. Let me go ahead and put that in the water. We'll see. We'll see. I might use it again. I don't know if it would work or not. But I'm going to go ahead and put my chalk art excess back into my container. And like I said, I will put links to these in the description. And I will take a picture of this and I will put it on Liz's Craft Friends and Liz's Craft page for all to see. And if you do something like this, I would appreciate it if you would share pictures on Liz's Craft Friends. Now I did mess up a little bit towards the bottom of his feet, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and dry this with my heat gun because I don't want to smear it. Now I could probably take a toothpick and clean up around his feet once it dries, and I might do that. I don't have any toothpicks over here, but I might do that. gonna have a blob down near his feet, and it doesn't want to dry. But overall, I think it turned out pretty well. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good enough. And let me just wipe that off a little bit. Anyway, so this is what we have. And like I said, I will hang this on the wall, take pictures of it. And if you like what you see, please do this with my videos. I would appreciate it on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much. So that's what I have for you today. You guys have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.